Hey, what up, bro there's and soul stars, bro there's, bright and shiny others, sisters, soul stars, shiny in my reality, in the sky I see, we are all lights, in this guy's eye he sees you as his brother and his sister, of left eye or the right eye of the Buddha mind and or Christ heart, and the heart beating, the nostrils, left and right, either way, it doesn't matter actually, and a bright and shiny smile between our belly buttons actually. This is the vision. This is seeing beyond the sights of what we want to see actually, something that unites beyond our separate interests. So, hey, um, this is A Course in Miracles, of course. A Course in what? Miracles, actually, you know? And what are miracles? Miracles are, a miracle is the opportunity to see beyond separate interests, where separate interests were made up for the purpose of proving that there could be something other than wholeness true. We are attempting to use the story to create shareable miracle parables, wherein the whole scene will be shown that there is a light beyond the sight, underneath, prior to, before the movie ever was, of the story of the what's going to happen to you and me, and why is this happening, and what's that about, you know? So anyways, the Course in Miracles says to us, we needn't believe in all these things actually. In fact, we probably will actively resist it at times, and this is, it says fine and understandable actually, but that if we practice it, it's like the Course in Miracles claims that it basically was a way for the truth to sneak its way into the story and to use the story to speak in the terms that we know we believe in English, for instance, at this moment, and perhaps in the symbols of the truck driving by that happens to have the great right perfect sign on it or something like that, that just kind of releases our mind from feeling crucified by what happens in time. Is that are in big ways, most of us in some way have government, religion, family, friends crucify us, betray us, beat us, and ask us to defend our innocence. Meanwhile, we're like, how did I even get here? I don't even remember choosing to have elbows, you know? So anyways, this is A Course in Miracles, of course, and we are right on time. This is a lesson 8. Ain't that great? And this is, the lesson is titled, My Mind is Preoccupied with Past Thoughts. Let's try this on. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. Thoughts that are past what? Past the thoughts I think in wholeness with my creator, actually. Creatively, these are things that my creator has me see as ways into the dream to pull us up and out into like a happy dream on the way to heaven, where the scenes of the movie screen get to be symbolized as reflections of light, of what this is for. What am I making this about? What am I making this for? How about to turn within? How about to see that these scenes are the backdrop to my main purpose being for what? What is my purpose for? Giving what? Clear clarity to see beyond the dream of separation, actually. So, okay, let's read. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. Again, let's just try this on. And you could try other things on too. We're just trying this on. Okay, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This idea is, of course, the reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. Preoccupied, like it's, yeah, but I want to know what the tiny mad idea is, which is what if there was something other than the truth. The truth says all there is it. There is nothing other than the truth, wholly speaking. Holy moly, the truth is unlimitedly true, actually. But the mind, this mischievous part, wanted to have a dream to see what it would look like if there was something other than reality, something against what is, something other than the truth or opposite. So it says here, no one really sees anything. And I would prefer to put a hyphen there, actually. The Spirit has me speak this as a helpful way to see that no one sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. He sees but his thoughts projected outward. This is the Joey thought. These are finger thoughts. This is a sun visor thought. These are all thoughts in the mind of God projected out to make it seem like the dream is some big, huge thing, but it's actually just a tiny little marble in the bright and shiny, absolutely unstoppable, bright rays of God. Okay, so no one sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. And all these thoughts are projected outward based on the tiny mad idea. What if there was something other than the truth? The mind's preoccupation with the past. Hey, that's past. Why is it past? It's past the truth. It's beyond the truth. It doesn't. And what is beyond the truth? Nothing. There isn't anything that is past the truth. There is only like a hypnotization of, yeah, the mind of God can power. It can shine that light through a filter that would be like, yeah, but what if it was other than the truth? And obviously, an untrained mind, the Course says, can accomplish nothingness. It can see what things would be like if it was like what things aren't like. Meaning, what would it be like if there was something against the truth? Your mind can't, okay, the mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time from which your seeing suffers. We believe we're carrying an accumulation from the past, actually, in some way. We know we believe this is so. Even we believe that this car is created by the, dead dinosaur bones or something like that from the past in some way. Everything is made of the past. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is, actually. It therefore cannot understand time and cannot, in fact, understand anything. It pretends to think it does. It puts in stories which do make sense for it. And the Course works with this. The Spirit actually works with what we know we believe in time, works with what I know I believe is me. Paragraph number 2, the one holy true thought that can hold about the past is that it is not here. You could say maybe something like it is there. Where is there? Not here. What is here? Do you hear what I'm saying, actually? It's the only place there is, actually. There is no thing other than the truth, actually. And to think about it at all, the past, is therefore to think about illusions that are not real, not here, actually. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or anticipating the future. The mind is actually blank when it does this, because it is not really thinking about anything. The blankness of the mind, it says, is like the untrained mind can accomplish nothing. And nothingness, instead of everythingness, you could say, is something like or wholeness. Okay, nothingness instead of wholeness. Nothing is like chaos. It's like meaningless meaning in some way, I would say, actually. And the meaningful meaning is the place of the great rays, the kingdom within, that we know we can all get to, and it's accessible to us anytime if we just take our mind off the time and step to the kingdom within. There is a place that you and I can rest in. It's the great rays of light, of insight, the shiny bright light, which, coming back into the dream, we can attempt to be a symbol of, actually. Paragraph number 3. The purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it's not really thinking at all. It's not really thinking real thoughts at all. Real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God, actually, and they point me back to the place that is beyond thoughts, actually. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, ideas that are not they don't care, they are meaningless meaning thoughts. While those thoughts preoccupy your mind, the truth, the whole truth, is blocked. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank, rather than believing that it is filled with real ideas, is the first step to opening the way to vision. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank. It's been clouded over by thoughts of chaos, represented by representations of the idea that there could be something other than the truth. What would that look like? The mischievous mind wanted to know. It's also innocent. it just doesn't make any sense actually. And we got trapped in thinking that, well, we seemed to think we got trapped. It was but a tiny instant. It's just like a holographic pop-up book actually. So it's kind of cool that we can have a representation of a place where we attempted to make a place where God could enter not, where the truth would not enter, and even in that be a bright and shiny symbol of the truth, even in that place actually. We separate but for the chance of reuniting. And while in the dream, what fun we can have with this thing on the way to back truth, on the way back to truth, on the way prior to time. The first step to opening the way to vision. Paragraph number 4. The exercises for today should be done with eyes closed. This is because you actually cannot see anything. Of course, it's still again reminding us you can't see anything. It taunts us these ways. It's kind of taunting in some way, I would say. But it's tempting with its taunts. With as little investment as possible. Search with as little, see, the course is so simply kind of easy in some ways. With as little investment as possible, search your mind for the usual minute or so. See, it's so casual, a minute or so. Merely noting the thoughts that you find here. Name each one by the central figure or theme it contains, and pass on to the next. Introduce the practice periods by saying, I seem to be thinking about blank. Then name each of your thoughts specifically, for example, and see, I seem to be thinking about this. This is a gracious way to, hey, I seem to think, you seem to say, seems this way. This is how it seems actually. This is honesty, at least being honest with what I know I seem to think. I seem to be thinking about blank. I seem to be thinking about name of person. I seem to be thinking about name of object. I seem to be thinking about name of an emotion. Fill in the blank those ways, and so on, concluding at the end of the mind searching period with, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts actually. I seem to be thinking about these things, and those things have whole packets of meaning, and I'm attempting to undo them by saying, but actually I'm just preoccupied by past thoughts actually. This is like putting back here, like behind here, there is this big open space behind your head, which is the place where you exist in peace. And then there is the story dream, which is a place where, the birds and the bees are pretty, and in some way they're also at war actually, in the mating, fighting, and fucking race or something like that. Excuse my, be graceful with that word. There is no problem. It is not a problem. It is not a curse word the way I'm saying it actually. I promise you. And if you think it is, I forgive you. It's okay. I understand, especially depending on where you're coming from actually. And do not curse me because I said a quote unquote taboo or profane word actually. That would be a curse actually. Paragraph number 6. That's the spirit of the things, yo. Hey, see underneath the surface, eh? Okay, it's paragraph number 6. This can be done 4 or 5 times during the day, unless you find it irritates you. If you find it trying, 3 or 4 times is sufficient. So 4 to 5 times a day, unless you find it irritates you. If you do find it trying, 3 or 4 times is sufficient. So at least 3 times, up to 5 times. Don't do more than 3 if it irritates you. You might find it helpful, however, to include your irritation or any emotion that the idea for today may induce in the mind searching itself. Okay. Enjoy the day. Much love. Take care, y'all.